And as the quarter begins, both teams have been trading blows like prize fighters. A close ball game. Here is Arenas. Smith and Horford at the 4 and the 5. Crawford out there with Mike Bibby and Johnson. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. For the tie, Howard can't hit.
You have to question his shot selection, Kevin. Poor shot equal bricks and misses.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. Jamal Crawford, the 6th man of the year last season. A nice piece of hardware for him in what was a spectacular year.
Yeah, he had perhaps the best season of his career. He improved his shooting percentages, and that was always a problem for him because his shot selection dragged it down. And then he also was on a playoff team for the first time.
Wizards trail by 3. And here's Arenas. Guarded by Crawford. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson against Howard. And that's collected by Smith. And last season, also Crawford's first time playing in the postseason.
You know, until that point, Kevin, he had the longest streak in the league of games played without a playoff appearance for him. So nice to see that young man get some postseason action.
Arenas against Bibby. Arenas passes to Blotch. 18 feet away. And another miss by Washington.
The defense couldn't close out on the mid-range J, and the shooter made them pay.
To the wing. Horford. Smith inside. He's guarded by Howard.
Took advantage of a little bit of lax defense right there.
Well, those chances are usually not going to go by the wayside. Bibby against Arenas. Back to Howard. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Wall. It's blocked.
Boy, that basket must be looking mighty small to them right now. They just can't seem to get one to fall.
You know, to get an idea of how tough the Southeast was last season, you don't have to look further than Atlanta, who gets the number 3 seed in the conference. But Clark, shockingly, only goes 500 in their division.
Well, you look at who was in that division, the Magic, the Heat, the Bobcats, all playoff teams. No picnic when you face any of those 3 teams. So it very well could have been the toughest division in the East.
Horford, no luck. Wizards trail by 5. To end the drought. Wall's shot is off.
Kevin, I think they'll allow him to shoot it from out there all game long. He's actually playing right into their hands with shots like that. He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
Here is Arenas. Washington calls timeout.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going with your very own A-Town Dancer. That was your A-Town Dancer. One more time, give it up.
And the Wizards give up the possession. Nothing yet for them in the 3rd quarter.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
The Hawks leading by 7. Bibby kicks to Horford. Now Crawford. Here is Bibby. Pulls up from the elbow. And the basket good. Bibby's got his first bucket of the night.
The shooting so far has been a bit spotty, so hopefully that's a sign that he's back on track.
Blatch. That's good, and Arenas with the assist.
Now that's a nice dime. What a dime. He dished it inside, and it was right on target.
Passes it back. He's covered by Arenas. Bibby kicks to Johnson. Cuts off the pass.
And you know, he's really struggled this game holding on to the basketball.
Here's Wall. He's guarded by Johnson. Goes up. Kept alive. Wall with it. Over Horford. Wall's shot is off. The break is on. Smith against Howard. Here's Johnson. Buries the triple. Johnson's got 16. Here's Arenas. Right around 8 minutes left in the third quarter. The dump off. Howard. And Crawford picks him up defensively. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot two. The first one falls. The 82-game grind of the regular season, always an endurance contest for NBA players.
I like what Shane Battier said, Kevin. He thought the season should be shortened. I don't know if 58 games is the number, but I'm a proponent of at least shortening the season by 12 games. Maybe take a month off the regular season.
Johnson kicks to Bibby. Pass to Horford. From 17 feet out. The shot misses. And Washington will go the other way. Left side Arenas. Bibby covering. Wall with it. He's got 6. And another miss by Washington. And Clark, with regard to the grind of the season, David Stern suggested keeping the same number of games but reducing the wear and tear by setting minutes caps for players, so you have to use your bench more.
No, I think that's way out there. I would go back to what Shane Battier said about reducing the number of games so it would be easier on the season ticket holders. If you cut down the home games from, say, 41 to, Battier said 29, that certainly would allow people to have their money go farther.
Howard. Clock is at 3. And to no one's surprise, it's off the mark.
I'm sure he'd like to have a do-over here. He just hasn't been able to make a significant contribution in this one.
Here's Johnson. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. Look at Joe Johnson, born in Little Rock, Arkansas. Played for the Razorbacks of the University of Arkansas for 2 years. And Clark, he was taken number 10 overall back in 2001.
Yeah, he was taken by the Celtics and pretty unusual. Traded away halfway through his first season to Phoenix, and it was in Phoenix that he really broke out.
So it's Washington now. It's a 10-point game. Bibby against Arenas. And here's Wall. Alblach. Guarded by Horford. The Wizards with another miss.
Right now, boy, they're playing strong on the glass. +8 in rebound.
Bibby passes to Smith. Hammers it in. And they're not only getting it done on the glass, but on the scoreboard as well.
Well, you know, Kevin, when you make rebounding a focus and you control that area of the game, it makes it much easier to score. I mean, more rebounds, more shot attempts, more point opportunities.
Here's Yee. Drops it in from 12 feet. He's got 9. Here is Bibby. Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Johnson, good. And the Hawks lead by 12.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
All with it. Looking to heat up a bit. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Josh Smith. You talk about an impact player coming into the NBA, Clark. What about John Wall?
I think he will be. Again, he's got all of the tools you want in a dynamic, charismatic, franchise-type player. Speed and an understanding of how to run the point guard position, which is invaluable.
And making a change here, the Wizards. Armstrong's checked in. Here's Bibby. Just over 5 minutes left in the third. Shoots from 12. And Josh Smith again. Smith's got 12 in the game. And really, getting back to Wall, when you think of what that organization has lost, it's a start of a new era. This is exactly what that organization needed.
Yeah, a real injection of star potential in John Wall. And I think he's a pretty good character guy, too. And that's what you want to build your franchise around, talent and character.
And hope. He gives them hope.
Good. Well said. Well said.
At the line for the Wizards.
No good, and they don't get the three-point play.
You know, Kevin, all these rebounds allow them to attack the defense before they have a chance to get back and set up on deep.
Takes it up. Joe Johnson pulls it in. Atlanta with the ball. Back to Crawford. Horford in the post, working on Howard. Fouled, and he was real close to getting the three-point opportunity. He'll go to the line for two.
Looked like a good call from here where I sit. Definitely some contact on that shot.
And the first one drops.
They've made all of their free throws in this half. And that's what you've got to do. I mean, you've got to make a team pay when they send you to the line. The way you do that is by cashing in from the charity strike. Knock down those free throws.
Reese Evans is checked in for the Hawks. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Now here's Arenas. And here's Wall. Here's Howard. And another miss by Washington.
This quarter's been a disaster for him, Kevin. He just can't buy a bucket.
Evans dishes to Horford. Evans kicks to Smith. Kicks it out to Evans. Jacks up the triple. Can't get it to go. And it's the Wizards taking it the other way. Arenas up top. Bibby covering. Smith gets a hand on it. And it's the Hawks with the ball. Leading by 12. Beautiful alley-oop finish. 22 points for Johnson. One thing that stands out, the Hawks with the third best offensive efficiency, Clark, last season in the NBA.
Well, you take a look at their roster, Kevin, top to bottom, everybody is pretty good offensively on that team. A lot of shooters and guys that can finish around the rim as well.
Here's Arenas. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. It's on Mike Bibby. Free throw good, Arenas. On the Hawks offense, when you have that many scores, Clark, on the floor, you'd think you'd be efficient.
Yeah, you should be, but it still takes an orchestrator, somebody that can run the show for them to make it all happen. But they've got a number of guys that can finish around the rim, Kevin, and that's always lends itself to efficiency.
Here's Johnson. Arenas grabs the miss. And the Wizards with possession. Down by 12. Wall, that's good. He's got 9.
Such a creative finish. That was an impressive move.
Bibby passes to Horford. No good. And Washington will go the other way. 2:38 left in the third quarter. Arenas against Evans. Pass to Howard. From deep. Kept alive. Tries again. Armstrong gets the bucket. They have now scored 6 unanswered. The Hawks leading by 8. Now Bibby. Now here is Smith. It's dumped off. Horford. He's covered by Armstrong. Here's Johnson. And Johnson missing again. Here comes Gilbert Arenas. He's got 5. Here's Wall. Josh Smith pulls it in. Johnson down low from the right block. And that's good for 2. Johnson's got 24.
He's absolutely been unstoppable this quarter.
Here's Arenas. Goes up. Cans the tough double clutch layup.
What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
And making a change here, the Hawks. Pachulia is checked in. And making a change here, the Wizards. Here's Bibby. Pass to Smith. Now Pachulia. Blatch grabs the rebound inside.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
Wall's shot is off. The Hawks leading by 8. And here's Bibby. Pass to Evans. Smith outside. Shoots over Blatch. The shot's good from Smith. Smith's got 14.
After a subpar first half, I like the way he's been much more aggressive here in the second, finding a way to hit his shots and get more shots. Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Evans passes to Pachulia. Inside. Johnson. Smith outside. Off the mark with the 3 ball. Wizards trail by 8. Here's Booker. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist.
They pulled themselves back into the game now. They need to ride this momentum.
Smith kicks to Johnson. A 3 ball. Josh Howard grabs the board. We've reached the end of the third quarter in what's been an exciting game so far to watch. What can you say? Joe Johnson, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, not flashy numbers, but his presence has definitely been felt out there. It's the little things, Kevin. He's getting them done.
We'll be right back here from Atlanta.